I'm going to be showing you all today. It's my first ever YouTube tutorial, so I'm really excited. It's kind of a Christmassy dark lip, bit of a sparkle on the lid. Yeah, so I hope you all enjoy. This is cool. I'm a little bit like, I don't know, I'm excited. This is really cool. I've never done this before. So I'm going to do a Christmassy kind of look. I'll link all the products and stuff down below. You can do that on YouTube, it's pretty cool. Yeah, so I'll start off. So I always start off, well, I start off with my eyes, but I'm going to start off with a bit of strobe cream just all over so I can get it out. So this is just it here, just if anyone is wondering what it is. It's amazing. I use it like almost as a primer, but it has a built-in like illuminator into it as well. So it just makes your skin look really, really nice and fresh. And as well, like before I put this on, I cleanse my skin just to make sure like it's really, really fresh. So when you put your makeup on, it just goes on a little bit nicer. Okay, so I'm going to start off now with my eyes. So first of all, I'm going to just pop a bit of concealer on my eyes just to set it, so when I put the shadow on, it just means the shadow will stay, and as well the pigment in the shadow will really show up. So I'm just putting this all over my lids. This as well, this is the L'Oreal True Match Concealer. What number is it? Oh, vanilla. Yeah, so I'm just using this brush here from Inglot. It's the 4SS, and I'm just going to blend the concealer right in. So this will just really, really help with the eyeshadow. Mirror, it's so funny. I've literally used this mirror since I started doing makeup, and I feel like I can't do my makeup without it. Sorry if you can see it, it doesn't look great, but I love it. Can't help it. Now that the concealer is all blended in, I'm going to go in with just like a creamy coloured eyeshadow, like any colour. You can use even white or even just a powder. And I'm just going to set that. I'm using the same brush, and I'm just going to set that all over my lid. Like bring it right up to the brow. You can see there in my eyes, they just look really weird. That's okay, because they're not going to look like this. Going in with this, I think this is a crown brush. It's just a fluffy brush. It's kind of like the 217 from MAC, or like you can use any brush at all. So then I'm going to go in with 563 from Inglot. It's just like a really, really light brown. So I'm going to blend that right into my crease. You can see like I'm just blending it all into the crease and bringing it up slightly and out slightly. But like if it falls down, don't worry, because you can clean it up. That's why I do my foundation last, because it's much easier to clean up then. So I'll do the same side, and I'm bringing it right in, so like literally like almost like where you can feel like the bone of your socket. Okay, so now that that's blended, I'm going to go in with my Jenny brush from Nima. I don't know if any of you have watched my like Snapchat. I literally use this brush all the time. I love it so much. It's so nice. So I'm going to use this brush, and I'm going to go in with 512 shadow from Inglot. It's just like it's like a really chocolatey brown. And basically I'm going to kind of do what I did with the 563, but just not going up as high. So you can see I'm just like brushing it kind of under, right into the crease, and you just want to keep doing that until it's really, really blended. And then I will do the same on the side. It's actually really funny just watching myself now. I feel like I'm making really weird faces. So can you see this? I'll try to zoom in, hold on. You can just see it's just brown all in the crease. Looking pretty fab. I'm going to go back in with my blending brush that has the 563 on it, and I'm just going to buff it all out, just so there's no harsh edges, and you want the 563 and the 512 to really blend into each other. Okay, so that is done. I'm now going to do my liner. I think that like I've realised over the past while that I do my makeup like extremely backwards. Like I do it in so many sections. But I mean, you can do it whatever way you're comfortable in doing it. I don't know. I always just do it in little bits. I'm going to do my liner anyway. I think I'll do a big wing. So basically what I do is, I'm trying to focus it. I start by just drawing a line like in the middle of my lid. So like I literally start kind of like almost like at the arch of my brow, and I just draw a straight line and then I bring it out. So like I don't go straight in doing my flick, I leave that to the end, because I think sometimes when you just start doing the flick it can just get a little bit messy. But if you want it to be really precise, it's best to start off just drawing the line first, and then you can connect it all together. Okay, so I have my line there. And now I'm going to just start off by drawing my flick. So you can see I have a little bit of it, and then I'm just going to connect that. So it's all one. I mean, it does take a while as well. Like, you're never going to get it perfect on the first go if you're only starting it, but it does, like, I mean, the more you do it, you'll be fine. You'll get it. You'll get there. This looks a little bit crazy at the moment, but it will all start to come together once I will let up, because that would be really awkward. So, my liner is pretty much done. Like, I'm gonna go over it with a shadow and smoke it out with a shadow. But like, I always do this first and then I go back and define my liner. So basically by doing the liner now, it's just gonna give you, it's almost like a guideline, so you know where you're going with your shadow. And it's just easier so you know where to put the shadow. So I will use this is my 10S brush from England. So if that makes you see any better. I see people do this on YouTube all the time. I'm going to basically smoke over the line that I've already done. So I don't know if you can see, but I'm going to start here. And then I'm going to smoke right on top of that. Just pressing the shadow. This is just a 512. And I'm literally just going to press this on top. This is where the smokiness is really going to start to take place. And you can go as dark. You can leave it like this if you want, or you can go as dark. I'm going to add black in eventually. And like, even here if the shadow falls down, don't worry, because I'm gonna wipe it all away anyway at the end, so it's fine. Bring it up slightly. Not too much, just a little. You kind of just want to follow the direction of your own eye shape, because like what I'm doing now, like you want to adapt it to your own eye, because not everyone's gonna have obviously the same eye shape as me. You'll know your own eye better than anybody will. So annoying. Seriously, like I find living in Ireland the worst ever when you're trying to do makeup, especially at this time of year, because I feel like if your makeup is not done by 2 o'clock, you just can't get a photo of it. I'm back in with my blending brush and I'm just going to blend that all out again. As well, the liner brush that I use, it's this brush here. The name is actually rubbed off, but it's from Blanket Canvas. I got it at the beauty show in the RDS. I'm sure if you go on their website, the name will be there. It's like a really thin pencil brush, but I find it really easy to do the liner because you get it very precise. Now that my liner is done, I'm going to smoke it out with a bit of black shadow. So I'm using this little one here. You can see it. It's the 13P from Ingloss. I love this brush, it's so little and it's perfect for like doing smoky eyes. So basically I'm going to go over the liner and I'm just going to add the black on there, so just so it's nice and smoky. And as well, don't worry if it falls down, I'm going to clean it all up. So it might look a bit messy at the start, but it won't be once it's all finished. See, this is why the liner comes in handy, so you can use it as such a guide so you know where to place the shadow. Looks great. I'm then going to go in with my Jenny brush again and a bit of the 512 eyeshadow. And then basically I'm going to smoke the black out so it's not too harsh. So just circular motion. Oh, take your time with it because you don't want it to look rushed or messy. So you can see there it's slightly smoked out. It looks a little bit mental right now. But I'm going to just take a baby wipe and I'm going to clean off the edges. So I'm basically just tidying up all the shadow that fell down, so you can see it just makes it look a lot more precise. And then I'm going to go back in. It's just kind of easier sometimes to clean it up, so you can just, it helps you to see where you're going with it. I'm going to go back in with the 563 on my blending brush, and I'm just going to blend it out again just so it's no harsh lines. I'm going to take just any old blending brush, just a clean one, and I'm just going to, there's nothing on this, and I'm just going to buff out the edges just so it's really, really precise. You don't want any harsh edges at all. Okay, so you can see the top bit of my eyes are pretty much done. I don't think I'm going to do liner underneath because I'm going to do a dark lip, so I want it to kind of, I don't know, I don't want it to be too much. What I am going to do is I'm going to add this pigment here. It's called Tan from MAC. I'm going to put that on the lid just to give it a little pop, and like it's really nice. It's just really nice. It just makes such a difference. You'll see when I put it on. So what I do to stick the pigment on is I use eyelash glue. Where is my eyelash glue? So I just use Duo Glue. And what I do is I'm going to use this kind of pencil brush here. This is the 219 from MAC. You can use any brush that you find. Well, I would recommend using one. I wouldn't use a blending brush now. I'd use like either a flat brush, concealer brush, or else one of these little pencil brushes. And then I just have like the tiniest bit on my brush. So when I put it on my lid, I want my lid to be like tacky, like sticky. I don't want it to look wet with glue, because that's just going to make the pigment or the glitter or whatever you're using, or whatever you're sticking on, it's going to just make it look real grubby, and it won't sparkle like the way you want it to. So yeah, I'm just going to pat this on. Like I left like almost like a white gap. So I'm going to just pat the glue on. Like you want it to look like there's actually no glue there, but there is. It's sticky. So that's on, and then I'm just taking my pigment and I'm just putting it on top there. And don't worry if it goes over the liner, because you're going to go over that anyway. Define it. Okay, so the pigment is on. You can kind of see the difference already. I'm then going to just get my little blending brush, and I'm just going to blend over, just to kind of brush off any of the pigments that got up there that shouldn't have. You can also use a thing called Duraline from Ingloss to stick down your glitter. It's pretty much the same, you dab it on, but then the only difference is it's an oil. So this one's a glue, the other one's an oil. Very handy though. Okay, so I'm just moving on to my face now. I love my skin to be really glowy. I don't like a really matte finish. So what I'm going to use is this here. It's a liquid illuminator from Buff Makeup. It's called Movie Star. I don't know if you can do that. But I'm going to basically just put some of that. Like I already have my strobe cream on, so that's helping to give me a little bit of a glow, but I just want a little bit of extra glow. So I'm going to just put this underneath my eyes and kind of like up my cheekbones before I put my foundation on. It just gives you a little extra glow. Mix that in with your foundation. You can put it on top of your foundation. I just kind of like to put it on first. I don't think it looks a bit nice. So then I'm going in with the L'Oreal Infallible foundation in Golden Sun. And I'm just going to put this all over my face. Again, I'm using the 4SS. This is the same brush that I used at the start to do my concealer on my eyes and when I was setting them. I love this brush, you can literally use it for everything. I actually really like this foundation. And it's cheap as well. I think I got it in like a chemist. It's only about 10-11 euros. And the coverage on it is nice too. So clearly that's not all blended. I'm going to go in with this brush here. This is my blank canvas F25. And I'm just going to blend that right out. Just so you can't see any lines. So you can see that's all pretty much blended out. Okay, so now that that's done, I'm gonna go in with my True Match concealer, and basically I'm just gonna put it all underneath. Okay, and then I'm gonna just go in with my 4FS and just blend that. So it's almost like a triangle shape. You're going down your face like that. And it's just going to really brighten up underneath your eye. I do use like quite a light concealer. You don't have to. No, I just like using a lighter one. A bit mad at the moment though. Bring it right up and onto my forehead a little bit. And then go back in with my blank canvas brush and just going to blend that out. Pretty much all blended now. I'm going to just leave that, and then I'm going to go back to my eyes. This is what I always do. I always just like do my foundation, and then I'm going to smoke out underneath my eyes, do my brows, and then a bit of contouring. I'm just going to use like just an angled liner brush or brow brush, and I just take just like a brown shadow. You can use a dark brown, you can use a black, whichever, and I'm just going to brush it right under the lash line. So this is just going to define underneath the lash line. The shadows I use underneath is 512 and Swiss Chocolate from MAC. And I'm just going to take just a blending brush. This is a blank canvas E26, and I'm just going to put a tiny bit of 563 on it, just as a little bit, and I'm just going to blend that out just so there's no harsh line. So it's just quite soft underneath the eye, but it just balances it out, because I think if you just don't do anything underneath the eye, it can just look really bare and kind of weird. I'm going to add a little bit of highlight in the inner corner. So I'm going to use, I don't know if you follow my Instagram or anything, but I use this one all the time. This is Vanilla Pigment from MAC. Is that upside down? Oh, it won't fit. So anyway, let's stick it on with my alley brush from Nima. I'm just putting it in the inner corner. This is just really going to make your eyes pop as well. Especially if you have quite small eyes, I find, but just putting a little bit of highlighter in the inner corner, it can just really make them stand out, which is so I don't know if you can see that now, but it's there. I'll go on to my brows. So many people have asked me how to do brows, and I always used to forget to do it when I did my little Snapchat tutorials. I just like skip the brows, and I don't know why. So at the moment I'm using this. It's 19 Brow Gel Liner from Pink Gloss. I actually really like it. It's nice, and like, because I'm quite dark, it's perfect, but there's loads of different shades for blondes and redheads, whichever. So I'm using this angled brush here. And then what I do is I'm going to start off underneath at the arch of my brow, and I'm just going to draw the product. So you're really just defining underneath, and then I'm brushing it forward. And then I'm going to just start up the top here, and I'm going to create the shape, bring it down, and then I just fill it in. So you want to do it like brush strokes, just so it will look as natural as possible. And I always leave like a little product at the front, so I just brush whatever's excess on my brush, just so it looks a little bit more natural. You can see that one's not real good. I just kind of overdrew that one a little bit, so I'm just going to overdrew. So see how much of a difference it makes when you fill in your brows, like it just like totally shakes your face. So I'm just going to go on to my lips. So yeah, I'm going to line them then with the brown pencil. You can see there, it looks really weird. But I started off kind of underneath, and then I'm like gradually bringing it to the outer corners. I'm going to go in with the thin lipstick. So you can see there, it's a really dark purple, red, whatever you want to call it. I love it though, it's so Christmassy. Ooh, I don't know if you can see, but I just stuck one of my lashes on this eye and went over the liner. My lashes I'm using are the 30 ends from Inglot. I don't know if you can see. So I'm going to pop them on. I have it on this eye, but what I'm going to do first is I'm going to go over my liner because the pigment covered it. So basically I'm just going to just define it, so I'm not changing the shape of the liner, I'm just going over it so you can see it. So I just got to fill all that in. And as well, I've cut the lashes to suit my own eye, so just in case anybody doesn't, I definitely would recommend cutting them because the lash isn't going to fit everybody's eye shape. So if you want it to stay on a little bit better, just using the duo glue to stick it on. So I'm just going to spray the Fix Plus spray all over my face now that it's done. Oh. So this is the finished look from my first ever YouTube video. How exciting. Yeah, so I hope you all like it, and make sure to subscribe to my channel. I'll put the links below for my Instagram, my Facebook, etc. And I hope you enjoyed. Thanks so much.